NASA, are you doing? Are you Operation Paperclipping me, bro? Everybody's all Nazi, Nazi, Nazi. I'm like, Jesus Christ, help. I don't even get the whole white power movement thing about like, the whole white power movement is Christian. As a Christian, it's like, hey, dude, Jesus wasn't white, so what the hell are you thinking? Anyway. Stay cool.
I don't know if you know this. Thor News is for winners, and that's why you're here. So stick around.
I need your love.
This is a Thor News presentation. Hit the button, baby.
And here we go.
Thor News presents. Everyone, you dicks, wants to talk about planets.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Thor News. And I gotta warn you, this is definitely an Asteroid Fight Club meeting for awesome, critical thinkers with a sense of humor. Now, the world has descended into such a snafu bar clusterfunk. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. Clusterfuck. That it has been hard for me to keep any type of mental equilibrium. It feels like they're strip mining the human soul. It is now November 22nd, and it feels like we are 10 years away from the election. And it has been a slow slog through a shitstorm in a sewer ever since. It's like we are watching the very last days of human communication. Where now it's like everybody's yelling at everybody with a bullhorn in the face. And I know you're saying like, hey dude, I don't want to hear about that crap. I want to hear about Nibiru. Is Nibiru here? I want Nibiru to be here because life is so shitty and I don't want to go to my shitty job anymore. I want you to tell me Nibiru's here. Well, I'm afraid I can't do that. So what I do as a Thor News is I look at stuff and I give you my honest opinion. Now there's been a small handful of people over the last 4 years who've been watching the stereo cameras daily. And I've been one of them. And when I first saw this story break, I thought it's quite possible the usual suspects were going a little crazy over lens flares, photograph artifacts, whatever the hell you want to call it. And then I saw Carl Batams, a professional astronomer Navy guy, say, hey, dudes, it's just the sun superimposed over other photographs. And I was like, well, hey, that sounds about right. And I saw Daz had put up a video, so I wasn't really that worried about it. I had enough strength to go check it out. And this is weird. Now, my first thought is, going back to the election, how instantly after the election, it became everyone on the right is now a Nazi or a white supremacist, which is insane, you know? I would think the idea of white supremacy alone is idiotic. And what type of male, if given the chance, wouldn't want to date like a woman like Jessica Alba, who's not only so gorgeous, she's almost a proof of God. She's smart, talented. You would like totally have a very thin dating pool. Anyway, that is a lousy explanation for why white supremacy is stupid, but right now I don't really want to get into it. I mean, on its merits alone, like the idea that America would try white power Nazi takeover is absurd. It is almost as absurd as goat herders with AK-47s thinking they can destroy the West, you know? Like, you can't destroy a direction, bro. These are both totally losing battles that have been chosen by idiots. And I don't think it's real. Like, I live in Texas. I know a lot of white people. Not a single person I know is like, hey, yeah, I want to be a Nazi. I think it'd be cool if there was a Nazi resurrection or a Nazi renaissance. Is that even possible? That's an oxymoron. Hey, maybe science fiction was right. The moon Nazis have combined with the Martians to wipe out humanity. Because whatever's going on really feels anti-human. They're literally ratcheting up this whole divide and conquer thing to unseen, unheard of levels. As an empath, I really can't take it. But I guess I have to. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about Nibiru. I'm talking about Planet X. I'm talking about whatever the hell you want to talk about. I don't think this is that, man. We got a lot to discuss, and I'm only going to scratch the surface in this video as we watch all these odd photographic anomalies. And the thing I find most interesting is not that they have the sun superimposed over what is Earth and Mercury, which I've never seen happen in all my 4 years, and it's never happened in any of the backlogs that I know of. There's something semi-wonderful here, and that is almost a NASA admission through mistake, asterisk, that the sun is not round and the Earth is not round. Now this is an admission of an admission, meaning science basically says Earth is an obloid spherate and the sun is an obloid spherate. They're not actually perfect circles, though when they show us the sun, it's always a perfect circle. And when they show us the Earth, it's always a perfect circle. But we know that there's an equatorial bulge. So I guess what I'm trying to say in this thing is, A, I don't think it's going to be real. B, this is NASA showing us that the sun is a pumpkin and the pumpkin is not round. It's an obloid spherate, or it's a oblate sphericalate. I don't know what we're going to call it. It's a melon. The sun is a melon. Here you go. Yeah. And this spillover, which I don't even know how it happened on multiple cameras. Now, the ones I saw in most videos were from the same stereo ahead HL1 camera. And if there's one thing I implore to other people in the truth community, do your research. Don't go for views. Don't go for shock factor. Do your freaking research, man. Figure out what's going on and don't jump at every freaking lens flare. Now, granted, this is definitely special and weird as hell. Like, I've never seen anything like this on multiple cameras. Definitely looks like the sun. You can even see that weird peanut sunspot in the middle that looks really scary, especially in this frame, but it almost seems like as the media, controlled by the shadow people, are doing their best to stick like double dicks in our brain. This could just be the same thing. They're hitting every hot button along every corridor, along every single... They're trying to get everybody all worked up in a super frenzy. And it's working. And so, during the same time, we get them super stirring up the Nibiru Planet X. Oh my god, we're gonna die from the space crowd. Hey, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there is a sun out there that is like 500 times the size of Earth and only shows up for specific days. And if so, I apologize, but I would think you could see it. You know, if it were really 500 times the size of Earth, we would probably be able to see it. Alright, so I will get back to this. And I'm giving a lot of the Nibiru freaks more information to pull. You can run with it in whatever direction you want to. Strange days indeed, my friends. Ultimately, it's super depressing. It's almost as depressing as me being a classic romantic who's found himself single in a Tinder world. Like, what the hell am I supposed to do? Do people even date anymore? Christmas is coming up. Anyway, I'm gonna try and keep my spirits up, but these are some trying times indeed. So, if I had to guess, I would guess they're just messing with their mind. Though, as I was talking about, the Sun crew at NASA is pretty cool, in my opinion. Though they're tiny, and they don't get any press. So during this event, they actually were telling us something. That yes, they have been conforming pictures of the sun and the earth to be a perfectly round circle. You are being taught when that is not the truth. Even though science has admitted that forever, it's not what they reinforce in our minds with their photographs. Alright, it's weird, I got like a whole backlog of videos, like 30. That are kind of almost done, that I've recorded and stuff, but all the old stuff just feels weird now. Yeah. Anyway, I'm sure I'll push some of that. I want everybody to stay strong if you can. They're martial law in your mind, man. They're martial law in your mind, man. Alright, let's go crazy. Let's get nuts, but in a really good way. Anyway, I love you guys. Stay strong. The awesome shall inherit the earth. Someday. Soon, I hope. Anyway, peace out. Follow this up in the near future. That's right. It is a high time for a Thor News WTF NASA. Are you Operation Paperclipping me, bro? Everybody's all Nazi, Nazi, Nazi. I'm like, Jesus Christ, help. I don't even get the whole white power movement thing about like, the whole white power movement is Christian. As a Christian, it's like, hey, dude, Jesus wasn't white, so what the hell are you thinking? Anyway, stay cool.
I don't know if you know this. Thor News is for winners, and that's why you're here. So stick around.
I need your love.
This is a Thor News presentation. Hit the button, baby.
And here we go. Thor News presents... Everyone you dicks wants to talk about planets. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Thor News. And I gotta warn you, this is definitely an Asteroid Fight Club meeting for awesome, critical thinkers with a sense of humor. Now, the world has descended into such a snafu-bar clusterfunk. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. Clusterfuck. That it has been hard for me to keep any type of mental equilibrium. It feels like they're strip mining the human soul